Today I will be talking about assisted suicide. Assisted suicide is a tough topic that brings up a lot of feelings and opinions. On some side, people believe that if someone is really sick and in pain, they should have the choice to end their suffering in a way that feels right for them. This idea is often rooted in compassion, as loved ones may want to relieve their family members from unbearable pain or poor quality of life. Advocates argue that everyone should have the right to make a decision about their own bodies and lives. They believe that assisted suicide can offer a sense of control and dignity in a situation where individuals might feel powerless. On the other side, there are concerns about whether assisted suicide is the right thing to do. Critics worry that allowing it could lead to pressure on vulnerable individuals, such as the elderly or those with disability, to choose death over life. They argue that instead of offering assisted suicide, society should focus on improving palliative care and support for those who are suffering. There are also ethical questions about the role of medical professionals in ending life, as many believe that doctors should focus on healing rather than assisting death. This debate raises important issues about the value of life and the responsibilities we have to one another as a society. In this essay, we'll look at the emotional reasons behind wanting assisted suicide, the logical arguments that support it, and the ethical questions that come up when we talk about life or death. Needs are problems. One of the primary problems with assisted suicide is the ethical implications it presents. The sanctity of life is the fundamental principle in many cultures and religions, and allowing individuals to choose death can undermine this belief. This can lead to deep moral dilemmas for both individuals and society as a whole. Additionally, there is a significant fear that some individuals, particularly elderly or those with disabilities, might feel pressure to choose death because they don't want to be a burden on their families or society. This raises important questions about whether they are truly making the choice themselves or if outside influences are affecting their decision. The concern is that vulnerable individuals might not feel free to choose life when faced with the option of assisted suicide. Another problem could be what we define as terminal illness. According to Thomas Finnegan's article, Assisted Suicide and Slippery Slopes, Reflections on Oregon's Act defines terminal illness for the purpose of assisted suicide, access as an incurable and irreversible disease that has been medically confirmed and well within reasonable medical judgment produce death in 6 months. But this definition can be tricky because it might not really capture what someone is going through when it comes to pain. For example, a person might feel their pain is insufferable even if doctors think they have more time to live. This can create confusion about who can choose assisted suicide based on their pain. Also, how society views terminal illness affects the whole conversation about assisted suicide. If we only look at it from a medical standpoint, we might miss the emotional and mental struggles that patients face. This narrow view can lead to fewer support options for people, making assisted suicide seem like the only choice. On the other hand, if we consider the person as a whole, both their physical and emotional needs, we can offer better care and alternatives to those who are suffering. Instead of jumping to assisted suicide as a solution to end suffering to those with terminal illnesses, it would be more beneficial to focus on improving care options such as palliative care. According to Christopher Lyon's Canadian Medical Assistance in Dying, palliative care is designed to manage pain and improve quality of life for those who are seriously ill. So not only does it address physical pain, but also emotional and psychological aspects of suffering. By providing comprehensive support, palliative care can help individuals feel more comfortable and valued during their final days. The goal is to ensure that the people experience dignity and compassion rather than feeling pushed towards ending their lives with assisted suicide. However, assisted suicide can lead to a more humane approach to end-of-life care. Christopher Lyon's Canadian Medical Assistance in Dying states, by legalizing and regulating assisted suicide, We can ensure that patients receive the necessary support and counseling throughout the process. The article continues to talk about how the process includes thorough evaluations by medical professionals to confirm that individuals are free from coercion. Such measures can help safeguard against potential abuses while providing patients with the dignity they deserve in their final moments. Visualizations. One potential visualization could be the growing number of jurisdictions that laws have legalized assisted suicide, reflecting the shift's public's opinion and legislative action. For instance, data shows that states like Oregon and Washington have seen an increase in the acceptance of this practice, possibly suggesting a broader and societal importance in recognizing individual independence and end-of-life decisions. As many places consider legalizing assisted suicide, we can forecast several outcomes that could impact the society. One major forecast is that legalizing assisted suicide could lead to more compassionate end-of-life choices for terminally ill patients. Many people might find suffering unbearable pain, might find comfort knowing that they have the option to end their suffering on their own terms. This could lead to a more humane approach to dying, where patients feel empowered more rather than feeling helpless. Once again, assisted suicide is a tough topic, but it's important to talk about it because it affects a lot of people. First, we need to recognize that people who are sick or in a lot of pain should have the right to choose how they want to end their lives. This can help them feel more in control and less scared about dying. Next, we push for laws that allow assisted suicide. This means talking to lawmakers and getting support from doctors and groups that care about this issue. Finally, we have open conversations in our communities by holding events where people can talk about their feelings and experiences with assisted suicide. We can help everyone better understand it. This could lead to more acceptance and maybe even new laws that support those in need. In short, by focusing on personal choice, working for better laws, and encouraging community discussions, we can make a real difference in how assisted suicide is viewed